Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to transplant a tree that has been in a container for probably about 3 years into a larger container. Let's take a look at that and show you how we do that. So we have this gem avocado that has been in that container for about 3 years, and it has sort of stunted his growth. So we are going to put him in a bigger container of a tree that we planted in the ground using some prep soil and some other soil that we're going to get from one of our other raised beds that we are closing out. So the first thing we're going to do on the new pot here is get some rocks that'll allow some drainage through our holes without really flooding out of these holes. So I just get some rocks and I set them inside on top of the holes. I want water to flow out still, but I don't want like a gusher or anything like that. So we're just going to cover these up, and then we're going to cover these holes, and then we're going to put a little bit of soil in the bottom of this. So I think we've got everything sort of blocked off in there. So let's put some soil in there. So as you can see, we've added about 1 inch or 2 of soil at the bottom of this. Now I'm going to take the tree out of this, put it into this bucket here, set it up the way we want it, and then backfill it. So because this is going to get heavy when we fill it with soil, I put it on one of our carts that you can find on our Amazon in the link below on our Amazon shop. A bunch of different cart sizes. We have I think that's the 24, and we have the 18 on that one. We're going to transplant that tree into this container so the roots can expand a little more, hopefully get some more growth out of this before I plant it into the ground. There's Squirrel Chaser 2000 over there, relaxing. Hasn't been doing her job very much because she's getting old like the rest of us. So let's get started. Before we pull this out, I want to show you all those white, healthy white roots in there, feeder roots. We're just going to pull this straight out, drop it inside that container if I'm strong enough to lift it. Haven't watered it in a few days, so it would be a little lighter. So let's get started and show you the process. Now, I'm not professing to be the strongest guy I used to be. Let's get to work on this. You can see how root bound this is here. We still got some good healthy roots, but we don't want to fluff this up or anything. We just want to put it into the container. So let's get that started. And then we want to tilt it back this way a little bit. Now, can I do this without hurting myself or the plant? That's the question. It's coming apart. Let's get some help and get this in there. Started the backfilling process here off camera, but you can see how we're just getting a nice blend of mineralized and a little bit of old soil from the old tree and another tree. In here, we're going to level it off. I pulled the tree over this way a little bit to get it standing straighter up and down, because over time it was leaning to one side, but now it looks like it's standing straight up, or as good as I can get it right now. Let's go ahead and backfill the rest of this and show you what it looks like. All right, we're going to backfill now. I'm just going to pour it all in, then move it in over with my hands. Then we're going to water it deeply to get everything here to sit. You think we're overflowing it, but all this will settle down into, it'll drop down into this quite a bit when it gets wet. Let's hold this out. Come in and show you what it looks like. So as you can see, we're pretty much as high as we want to be right here. We're just going to move this around. We want this to be about right where it was before, about right there. But all this will settle in there when it gets soaked. I suspect we're going to need to put a little more soil in here when we're done. But let's water it in and get a good look at what this looks like. Got a little open spot over here we need to fill in. I'll get that. Let's get it watered in and show you what it looks like. Beautiful gem. Hopefully now we'll grow and thrive in that big pot. Okay, let's water this in. We'll see how far down the soil goes when we really saturate it. And then I'm going to fill it up with like some 5-gallon buckets of water to really, really saturate this. We really want to saturate the soil we put in the bottom. You can see how it's dropping those right there where the water's hitting. You can see all those really nice roots, the root structure, but I want to really get everything settled around the side here. Get everything soaked all the way to the bottom. And we'll water this a couple of times to really saturate this new soil around the old soil. Then what we want to do, we don't want to keep this in full sun, even though it's in the high 70s, low 80s now, where we were at. This summer destroyed the trees. It just took its toll, killed our fruiting of the avocados this year. So this one bloomed, but did not fruit. Just got too hot too quick. So let's, I'll stop the video here and we'll put in 5 gallons of water and I'll show you how this absorbs into it. Okay, I got a 5-gallon bucket of water here. Just going to set this, just flood this thing as much as I can. Not easy to do one-handed. And just allow this thing to flood. Go over here and take a look at it. Get on the side here and just flood this thing. I overflowed it a little bit. But we really want to saturate this soil. Let all that soak down till we have water coming out of the holes on the bottom. That might take a few minutes. So let's let this settle and we'll come back. As you can see in that bottom hole right there, we are just starting to get some water to trickle out, but I really want to flood that whole thing a couple of times, really saturate it. So we're going to fill that up again with some 5-gallon bucket of water and really saturate this soil. As you can see, we've really saturated this. You can see the water starting to come out of the bottom. That's what we want. We want everything in there, all the drier stuff and all the existing soil to get all mixed together and be saturated with water. Then we'll pull this thing out of the direct sunlight for a week or two, allow it to acclimate without going into too much shock, and we'll check back on it there too. I'll put a little mulch on top of that, keep her watered. See, we got good water flow coming out now. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. Had a little sinkhole open up right here just as everything was settling, so I threw a little more soil on there. And this is how you transplant a older transplanted smaller avocado tree into a larger container. I like this one because it's got handles, so I can move it around really easy, rolls everywhere. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like these kind of videos. I'll show my soil mixture in the upper corner here, along with some other videos you may like that we've done over the years. My wife's roses that are going like crazy. Our plumerias, lime trees, and other things that we grow around here. So please like, share, subscribe, and we will talk to you next time. Once again, the Elsinore Gardener signing off.